Hey Amanda, it's Adrian from Cox and the Hen Designs. I'm here on your Crafty Critters Pinterest account to do an account audit for you. You'd asked me to check over a couple of things. You have quite a bit of engagement and you've had this account around for a while, but your viewers have dropped over to your website. I know you still have quite a bit, but it's not as much as it used to be. So we'll see if we can get that worked out for you. So we're sitting here on your main profile and we've got your name, Easy Crafts for Kids, Crafty Kit Critters. That's great. You've got a long tail keyword in there, and that's something that people are going to be searching for if they're looking for Easy Crafts for Kids. So that's great. Let's see, we've got your website here and your bio. Amanda and the Crafty Critters are always thinking up new, easy craft ideas, crafts for kids, tons of great craft ideas and activities. So that's really good. Depending how many characters that you have left, you could add a couple more long tail keywords in. Maybe if you're trying to target a specific age group or summer crafts, winter crafts, like even if you just add a couple more keywords in there, you might be able to pull in some more people finding you in the search. So your header is really good here. You've got one of your boards, or your latest pins is what's featured up here. So that's really good. Let's see, and we scroll down. We've got all your different boards. You've got really good names here. Easy Crafts for Kids, Winter Crafts for Kids. These are all things that people are going to be searching for. So that's great. Now let's see, when we click on them, this one's got a description. So that's a really good little bio. You could put a couple more keywords in there, pertaining to what the spring crafts for kids are. Just other words that people might be searching for while they're trying to find spring crafts for kids. So let's see here. You could, even if you wanted to describe the types of materials that you use or rainy day crafts, different things like that. Let's see, where's Pinterest? Spring crafts. Oops. This is how I research all of my long tail keywords. I plug them right into Pinterest and go along here. Oh, see, so you could add in whether you're trying to target preschoolers or toddlers. You could add easy in there. So there's a lot of other long tail keywords that you could create, that you could add in there that might help be found in more searches. So let's see. This board doesn't have a description. So that's one thing that you can work on, is making sure that all of the boards have descriptions. Now I see some of these boards are really well filled out, 407 pins, 43 pins, and then 54 pins. But then there's some that have less than 10 pins. You want to try to get a couple more pins put into those boards. Usually boards that have at least 10 will perform better if there's a little bit more content on there. So some of those boards could use some work getting just a couple more pins. Let's see here. You're a part of a lot of group boards, so that's really good. I know you've been on Pinterest since the beginning, so I'm guessing by some of these really big boards that they've been around since the beginning as well. So that's really good. You're in a lot of really good group boards that I'm sure are bringing you lots of traffic, so long as you're remembering to pin to them consistently. So let's see what else. Go to your pins. You see that you've got a lot of your own pins, and I like how you have the green and yellow border around all of them. That makes it really easily identifiable for which pins come from your company and your brand. That's really good. I know you've been rebranding a bit for another website, so I'm not sure if you're going to be keeping that up or coming up with something new, but I think that's a really great idea just to for people to know which pins come from Crafty Critters, so that's great. Now, when we look at some of your pin descriptions, get a head start on gardening season with these homemade recycled plant starters. Great gift for mom this Mother's Day. So that's a really good description. Homemade recycled plant starters. You could get a little bit more keywords in there, Mother's Day crafts, that upcycled crafts, that type of thing. Just because if you want this pin to be found more, you're going to want some more of those details in there. You could also be putting more words on your images, like a title of the craft or that type of thing. I know I've seen on some of your pins that you do have words on the images, so that's really good. Even just a basic long tail keyword right on the image, because Pinterest search engine can read the words on your photos with the smart lens that it has. So now let's see. If we scroll, well, let's look at your activity from your website. This is where we can see all the things that are most popular pinned from your site, which is great. See, and here's some of your pins that have words on them. So that's really good. I'm not sure if that's something new that you're doing with it in the various progress, but even if you added more pins like that, that would be awesome. Just because pictures are like this that don't have any words on them might make it a little bit harder. I mean, I know you're getting found a lot, but just because if you have those extra words there, it's just another way you're going to be found in search so that you can gain more followers and more clicks. So we'll go back to your boards. So I think mainly, you have a really great solid account here. I think mainly you just need to work on maybe getting more long tail keywords into the descriptions of your boards, because your board names are really good. Your branding's really good. Now I see down here you've got a couple boards that other great or cool ideas. So that's something that people aren't going to search on Pinterest for something they're trying to look for, but that might just be one of your own personal boards, so that's totally fine. If these are boards that you are trying to target people to follow, you might want to change the name of them, but if they're just your personal ones that are showing off a bit of your personality, I think that's great. I'm not sure if you have your boards sorted a specific way. I know Pinterest keeps changing how they sort it right off the bat, so I'm not sure if you have it on drag and drop or sorted with your craft pins, specifically your boards at the very top, but that is something you could look at, because I see down at the bottom here you've got some more of your DIY boards and more group boards down here that could be reorganized to the top depending how you're trying to market them and which boards you're trying to push. I'm assuming that you are regularly pinning to all those group boards that you are a part of, so that you're circulating all your content consistently. I'm not sure if you use a scheduler or not for all your pins. That would be something to look into if you're not, just for the high volume of how many pins you have. But all in all, I don't think you have a whole bunch of work to do if you are looking for other ways to gain followers. You could join in some pin sharing groups on Facebook, or tribes on Tailwind if you are using a scheduler, because that's always a great way to get your pins out there. But I think mainly I would just focus on the board descriptions and these boards that don't have very many pins in them, just getting them up to at least a minimum of 10. And I think that you would be good to go. All right, and I think that's all for your audit, Amanda. So if you have any other questions, you can let me know. Thanks. Bye.